Thousands of Aussies are accidentally breaking the law on social media, and it could end up costing them a small fortune. Next time you're tempted to post a comment online, you might want to think again. Social media lawyer Roger Blow is here to give us all the facts. Roger, a very big welcome to you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hi, good morning.
Now, one couple was actually faced with a $15,000 fine, court costs for naming and shaming their neighbour's dog.
From my knowledge of that case, I think there was some photos that were put up and there were comments made about the dog owner. I don't think it's actually the reputation of the dog that was so attacked, but the owner was accused of various antisocial behaviour, and someone then took a photo of the posters that had been put up by another person, and they then posted those pictures onto a community Facebook group. And that's what actually gave rise to the legal action.
Roger, how much money could people lose in a case that goes to court?
Well, the recent defamation trial of Joe Hockey involved estimates of around $500,000 on each side. Now, that was a relatively high-profile and complicated case. But from my experience running defamation cases, then you'd be lucky to probably see much change out of $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 at the lower level, and that's going all the way through to a full trial. But they can go far higher than that in the more complex cases.
It's incredible amounts of money you're talking about. Now,
it is.
Of course, we're not immune to comments here on Studio 10. Often people might post sort of unpleasant things on Facebook. How is it that people manage to get away with it?
I think there's two factors. One is the cost that we've just spoken about in actually enforcing your rights if someone has defamed you. Those kind of figures are way outside most people's abilities to afford to take action on. The second factor, I think, is the anonymity that's quite easy to achieve online by just going and using a Gmail or a Hotmail account to open up a Facebook or Twitter account. And although those kind of lower levels of anonymity can be broken open through court procedures, again, it takes time and money and patience to actually get behind that anonymity.
So how do we then avoid being held legally liable for what we post? If we're really cranky and we still want to have a bit of a vent, how do we go about it without getting into trouble? Well,
the first golden rule is to make sure that everything that you post you know personally to be true, and that's a good rule to follow if you're looking at the angle of defamation liability. And just to stress, that's different to someone that you trust telling you that something's true, or reading something elsewhere from a source that maybe you think is likely to have got it right, and then you go and repeat it. Because in the law of defamation, if you go and publish something, you actually become liable if it's untrue. So that would be the first thing, is actually knowing of the truth yourself. And if you don't know that it's true yourself, then don't trust another source. The second factor, and this is looking more at criminal liability, would be to make sure that you're not threatening or abusive when you're acting online, in the same way that you would want to avoid that in normal day-to-day, face-to-face interaction.
Don't post at all, maybe just go for a walk.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So if people are watching this and they resonate a little, they've perhaps seen some things on their Facebook or social media profiles that they feel are really kind of confronting or attacking. What are your tips for people who are being attacked on social media?
Well, the first thing is to actually still take a step back and ask yourself how important the issue is. I think I always give that advice with any new client, because principles are great things, but it can be very expensive. But a lot of people talk about online trolls, and I would never seek to debate or argue with an online troll. I mean, they are there to try and argue and upset other users online, so they're never going to see reason, so try and avoid that. You can use the online blocking and reporting mechanisms that sit within Facebook and Twitter and those kinds of social media platforms, and so they're always a very cheap and easy way to try and action online abuse. If matters are serious in the sense that you feel that you are being either criminally threatened or abused, or if you feel that your reputation really has been badly damaged in a defamation sense, then consider contacting either the police if it's threatening or abusive, or a lawyer from the defamation angle. And I'd also add, look, if you really feel like it's impacting your health, or you feel really, really upset by what's going on online, is talk to people, talk to friends and family, because it's very easy to become very, very focused on what's going on online to the extent where it's really affecting your offline life.
Yeah.
Very
All right,
wise.
Roger Blow, thanks very much for joining us today. We do appreciate it.
Pleasure.